pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby. It's a new.
Hey YouTube family. So I am in this garden, y'all. So I'm about to get one of my beds ready for the spring. We're having a few, probably about 5 or more pretty decent days coming up. Today it's like 60 degrees. So we'll have 5 to 6, maybe a little bit more of 60, 70 degree days. We are still not out of the woods of winter here. My last frost is not till mid-April. So yeah, I'm just, as I have good days, because there's going to be that through up until that last frost date where we may not get a really cold day, but it's possible. But every time we have at least a week's of good days, I try to get out here and get some work done. So I'm just going to show you how I get my beds ready for the upcoming season and why I have to do it. So let me show you this bed. So this is actually a 8x4 bed, but you can see it has a separation there. So this side is a foot deep, that side is a half a foot deep within the bed. So what I do is, because every season the soil will go down, it just kind of, I guess kind of compost, I guess, because it does get lower through the rain and of course the snow here and all that stuff. So I'm just bringing it back up to a decent amount. I don't know if I usually get it to a foot, but I try to. This one, I don't know yet. I am going to do it, but I'm thinking, because I have collards in here, I'm thinking I'm going to try to transplant these collards that have made it through most of the winter and put them over here once I get this bed ready. That's what I think I'm going to do. The other thing that's in here is garlic, and that they are just fine. I can pile more soil on those and they're just going to be just fine. So as far as the collards though, they probably would be fine too, but then I have to like work the soil around them. So I think I'm going to put them over here. So let me try to get you guys set up. I'm going to add this Pro Mix. This is the garden mix I like to use, the organic Pro Mix. This is a compressed bag, so it doesn't look like as much as it is, but I'm going to put a bag of that in there, and then I'm going to put some compost in there. I'm going to see how one bag of that makes that bed look, and then I might add a little bit more, because I have 5 bags I think right now, and I have probably 5 or 6 bags of compost. So these are some bags that I have from last year. Actually, that's not true, because I already used 2 of them. So I have like 4 bags of compost, but these are the ones left over from last year, and then I have 2 more bags of the Black Cow. All right, so let me get you guys set up, and I will show you how I do this. So also, before I get into that, because I know that a lot of channels you'll follow and will add like fertilizer and whatnot to their beds, which you should have some kind of nutrient in your bed to promote growth with your plants. I do a lot of composting with food scraps throughout the off season, so that's how I feed the soil. I've already tilled it up, that's why it's looking the way it does compared to looking a little bit more dry like that does on top. It's not dry, but it looks dry on top because it hasn't really been worked around. I did work this around. I pulled out all the weeds that were in there that were dead but still kind of holding on, and just kind of, tossed the soil around, loosened it up. So I'm not going to be adding any fertilizer. You're going to notice that, other than adding some compost. And I think there's compost inside of the Pro Mix mixture. So that's it. And then I will continue to do what I do, which is a lot of compost in place. Like I said, I will use like 511 every so often. And I will pull off the leaves of my comfrey and make some comfrey tea and add that. But for the most part, I do the food scraps because it's worked for me. Okay? All right. So let me get you guys set up. All right, guys, let's get to work.
Hey, yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey, yeah, ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early feeling rich like I'm catching.
All right, guys, let me show you what it's looking like so far. All right, so I added, you saw the one bag of the Pro Mix, and then I added both bags of the cow manure. So since I have you guys already on here, I am going to go ahead and show you at least one of these collards that I'm going to pull up and replant over there. Okay. All right, guys, I tried to bring you down lower so that you could actually see. So hopefully you can. So I am going to attempt to pull up this one. So you want to get, I need to figure out where it's starting at because it's kind of at an angle, but you want to try not to disturb the roots too much while pulling it up. All right, kind of see it now. And kind of get up under it as best you can. I'm just moving some of this soil back away from the plant. Nothing down at this end in the bed, so I'm not disturbing anything. Everything you see is over this way. These beds pretty much were cleaned up from last season. And I'm not gonna say I recommend trying to do this because a lot of times the plants, for me, will bounce back and be just fine. That's not for everybody. So I'm gonna put them here. Y'all listen, this is what I just had a brain fart with. I don't remember my garden plan, where I planned on planting what, and I have a feeling this ain't where I wanted this to be, but here we are. So I just made a big hole to sit the plant down in, cover it back up. That's it. So I think I'm gonna do that with all of these collards. Let me show you. See, I got it in there. I made a nice little hole for it. I'll water it in once I get all of them in there. But I really think that was not where I planned on putting collards, but here we are. This is what I mean. I do gardening plan, but sometimes I get out here working and it's a little, I had to switch it up. So when I pull out my planner, I'll make the adjustments, okay? Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these in here and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, you guys. So I got all the plants over here. I have 5 collard plants. So I moved them from this bed to this bed, okay? So in this bed, I added a bag of the black cow. So that's why it looks different now. I just wanted you guys to see what it was gonna look like after I added the compost. So it leveled it back up to almost a half foot. And that is my garlic that's left in there. Even if some of it gets buried, like the green that's coming up out of there, it'll pop right back out of there. So I know you guys didn't get to see how I planted the garlic for those who've never grown it. So I typically start my garlic in like September in the fall, so it can, because it needs like 9 months, so it needs those cold hours. I get it in the ground. Y'all already know, if I'm doing a video, a loud car is going down the street. Anyway, I plant it in the fall so that it has the time that it needs in order for me to get some nice sized garlic bulbs. I have it planted in different places, but this year when I plant it, I will do a video on how I, plant it. It's nothing crazy or special to it, but I will do that. Y'all, I think this might be my last year with these raised beds, because look at them. And they've been on that side, it's not even really connected. And one of my other beds is doing the same thing. They're starting to separate. So I need to figure that out. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do, what my plan will be when that happens. So if you're watching and you are one of these raised bed companies and you want somebody to reach out, okay, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. We got these collards moved over here. I'll keep you posted as to how they do. I'm gonna pull off some of these leaves that's gotten burnt from the cold weather, but I think they'll be okay. I have transplanted plants like that before. So like I said, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, because I know some people don't have good outcomes from doing that. I have not had bad outcomes. Usually when they're this mature, the roots were pretty full. I don't have that kind of problem. Even on some of my plants that aren't as mature, I have moved them. I have found plants in my yard that I've dug up and moved. So I don't run into a lot of issues there. So anyway, and also another thing, because I mentioned it about why I didn't put any fertilizer or anything in there, like plant food, that I compost in place. The next time I have scraps that I'm putting into the garden, I will show you how I do that. It's not special to that either, but it does feed my soil. And I try to do it mostly between the fall and winter, but I will do it also during the season. So I will show you that when I have scraps to put out here. Okay. All right, guys, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.